Syria in 1957, graduated from Aleppo University Medical School in 1981. She practiced medicine in Syria until coming to the US in 1989 with her husband and children. She's published many essays, has appeared on Al-Jazeera, CNN, and Fox. Her mission is exposing and fighting radical Islam and defending human rights in the Islamic world. Dr. Sultan is currently working on a book to be published in English early next year. Please help me welcome Dr. Wafa Sultan.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you for inviting me to speak at this conference and for allowing me to express myself regarding the most dangerous issue the whole world is facing, which is Islamic terrorism. In brief, Islam is not a religion. It is a political ideology that imposes itself by force and fear. American values such as compassion, respect, and acceptance of others should not get in the way of understanding the danger that threaten those very core virtues. Following these values blindly might lead to demise. I am originally from Syria, and I have been closely and sadly watching the hellish war that has been going on for over 5 years now. I can tell you that this war is a living proof that no country on earth is immune to the destruction and the cruelty Islam brings. When it comes to Islam, Americans are sound asleep. They have to wake up and realize destruction and cruelty can and will happen here if they continue to ignore the magnitude of this ideology. Millions of Islamists throughout the world are ready to act out their ideology, to kill or to be killed in order to be divine, have their next meal with Muhammad, and sleep with 72 virgin Huriya. They are indoctrinated to believe Islam is here to take over the world and restore the Islamic Khilafah of the 7th century. When they find weak governments that are more interested in political correctness rather than protecting their country, they will seize the opportunity to destroy that country's religions and replace them with Islam. They practice Islam not as a religion, but as a weapon. They understand the need to infiltrate and distract from within. This is my first public speech in 5 years. I have sadly halted my mission as a result of the despair and the frustration that has once taken over me. I have had to fight on 2 hostile fronts, neither of them easier than the other. The first is to fight this ideology, this vicious ideology, through my writings and speaking out in Arabic. The second front is to penetrate the mindset of those in the world who don't understand Islam and convince them that there is no such thing as Islam and radical Islam. All Islam is radical. The difficulties I faced trying to educate people in America, the America that I love, and ready to sacrifice my life to protect, was beyond my ability to overcome in the past. But not today. Today I am here speaking to you. Urging you to stand up with me against conformity and submission. People have been brainwashed to believe that all religions are basically good and have good intention. But Islam is not good, nor does it have good intentions. Islam justifies hatred and violence, and as well as encourages it. Not that long ago, the Pope states that the Quran is a book of peace and Islam is a peaceful religion. Wrong, absolutely wrong. On the contrary, it is also psychologically and spiritually damaging to people like myself who had suffered under Islamic Sharia. A week ago, I read a book called Winners Don't Cheat. It is written by an American billionaire named John Handisman. Originally, I thought I would learn from the billionaire's advice and insight into business, hoping I will become billionaire. To my shock, Islam was mentioned twice in the book. On page 186, the author said, listen to what he said. In fact, Islam encouraging the practice of endowing money or property called waqf for the purpose of maintaining schools, hospitals, and churches. Wrong. Absolutely wrong. In fact, the concept of waqf means exactly the opposite of what the author described. Waqf means whatever Islam can take over and own is reserved solely for Muslims. One of the purpose of waqf is to destroy churches, not to maintain them. For example, since ISIS took over the north of Iraq, not one church has been kept intact. All of them have been totally destroyed. The Pope and the billionaire have been tricked. And don't dare to tell me ISIS is not Islam or Islam is not ISIS. ISIS is walking in the footsteps of Muhammad and the teaching of Islam. The world is in denial. These powerful men are supposed to lead the majority, Yet, one cannot recognize the difference between churches and mosques. And the other claims Islam is a religion of peace. Two very conflicting and contradictory statements. We are in a real dilemma. I don't believe the author or the Pope set out to lie. I truly believe that they have fell victims themselves, victims of this rabid, growing false belief in a so-called religion of peace. They didn't grow up reading the Quran in Arabic, but maybe somehow they came across a poorly translated, watered-down version of the Quran. If a successful businessman with billions of dollars, or better yet, someone as holy as the Bishop of Rome can fall victim to this false sense of security and belief that Islam is peaceful, even in the face of undeniable cruelty, you could see the dangers we are facing today. They must wake up. We all must wake up. Their actions, Islam is radical, and their actions exemplify their goal of destruction throughout the world. And sadly, we see these acts time and time again. If we don't wake up and realize what we are dealing with, we are doomed for destruction. It pains me deeply. It pains me deeply to lose my beloved birth country to ISIS and Islam. But more so, I cannot fathom the thought of losing my adopted country, the United States of America, to the same evil. That's why we must unite and protect this great land from evil. Thank you so much.